Russia says coexistence not possible with Ukraine's current regime.
Here's a summary of the article.
Moscow, November 21. Russia cannot coexist with the present regime in Kyiv, a senior Russian official said on Tuesday, reaffirming the goals of what President Vladimir Putin calls a special military operation to demilitarize Ukraine. Putin sent troops into Ukraine in February 2022, triggering a war in Europe and the most serious confrontation between Russia and the West since the depths of the Cold War. The current regime is absolutely toxic. We do not see any options for coexistence with it at the moment, Russian ambassador at large Rodion Miroshnik told reporters in Moscow. Moscow also faces allegations by Kyiv and its allies that Russian forces have committed war crimes in Ukraine. Advertisement scroll to continue. Ukraine is carrying out its own investigations into alleged Russian war crimes on its territory, and accuses Moscow of deliberately targeting civilians and civilian infrastructure in airstrikes. A UN-mandated body has chronicled war crimes it says Russian forces have committed in Ukraine, and the International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Putin for the illegal deportation of hundreds of children from Ukraine. Kyiv says it will continue fighting until the last Russian soldier has left its territory, and its Western allies have said they will continue to support Ukraine.
This post received a score of 5,600, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
If you've never seen Zelensky hosting and performing at Russia's main New Year's Eve TV broadcast in 2013, it's worth the watch. Putin said the same thing about the last Poroshenko regime, and here's Zelensky, 1 year before Putin's Crimea invasion, having no issues working with Russia, Russian state TV, or government. The problem isn't the Zelensky government, it's Putin. Zelensky looks like he was just fine coexisting before Putin started stealing and killing Ukrainians.
Zelensky even campaigned on solving the issues with Russia diplomatically, and Russia was initially really excited when he won, but of course Putin was thinking, diplomacy? Meant Ukraine surrenders. Meanwhile Zelensky was actually talking about simply trying to find a peaceful solution so Russia could leave.
That's because Russia probably assumed, solving things with them diplomatically, meant, being their proxy, not treating them as equals.
Oh, they want to be our little bitch, sweet. Wait, they aren't cool with that. Fuck.
Imagine wanting to be friends and equal partners with us? Disgusting. All I want is for you to be my mindless exploited slave puppet state with no real independence or freedom and who only exists to prop me up and fulfill my purposes. Is that so much to ask?
More like, coexistence not possible with Russia's current regime, am I right? I'll take my flowers now. Basically, what I mean to say is, fuck you, Putin.
They aren't wrong though. They clearly want someone who rolls over in charge of Ukraine.
Police are an existential threat to our livelihood, freedoms and safety. Bank robbers.
True. Russia should dissolve.
Russia can't even coexist with Russia at the moment.
This is actually true, that's why we must help end the regime in Russia. They'll never accept anything that isn't a victory for themselves, so they'll have to go.
At this point Putin is just stalling until the US election in hopes his ball washer gets reinstated.
Which is another reason why Trump's behavior is so horrible. Let us say Trump was a good person, who genuinely believed that USA should stop helping Ukraine because it is the right course of action. In that case, Trump should still not be publicly saying that he would stop helping Ukraine if he gets elected, because it is undermining USA's current foreign policy. Instead, Trump should keep his mouth shut, and then when elected enact his vision. There is a good chance that Putin is keeping this war alive only because of Trump's public statements.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.